Hello children, we are in the next part of a lesson, ions. Before going into ions, let us see how do metals and non-metals react. When metals react with non-metals, they form ionic compounds. When non-metals react with other non-metals, they form covalent compounds. So, the force which links the atoms or ions in a molecule is called chemical bond. So, let us know what are bondings. What is a chemical bond? What is an ionic bond? What is a covalent bond? In general, noble gases are chemically unreactive. We must conclude that electronic arrangements in their atoms is very stable, which do not allow outermost electrons to take part in chemical reactions. So, these do not lose electrons to become positive ions, or these do not accept electrons to form negative ions like cations and anions. See helium. Helium has 2 electrons in K shell. That means in its outermost shell only 2 are there. So it does not lose electron or it does not gain electron. Neon. Its atomic number is 10. It has 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. That is 2, 8 electrons. So therefore its outermost electrons are 8. Likewise, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. You can see the last electrons 8 in pink color indicates the number of electrons present in the outermost orbit. So, though 8 electrons are there in the outermost orbit, it always attains stability so that it is called octet. So, the cause for the chemical bonding, see generally any atoms will combine with one another to achieve inert gas electron arrangement to become more stable. Few of atoms lose electrons to become stable, where few atoms like non-metals accept electrons to become stable. So by losing one or more electrons, or by gaining one or more electrons, or by sharing one or more electrons, they form ions. Let us see what is an ion. A charged species. An ion is an electrically charged ion. It will have 8 electrons in its octet. So therefore, it will accept one electron and become Cl-. We call it as anion. Now we are seeing few examples of positive ions, cations and anions. Look at the sodium atom, children. There are 1 electron in the outermost orbit. Its sodium atomic number is 11. Its electronic configuration is 1s2 in the inner orbit, second orbit 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. The 1 electron present in the outermost orbit it loses and becomes more stable to become Na+. We have here electron dot methods, children. You can see 1 electron on Na+ indicates that it has 1 unbound electron. Formation of magnesium ion. Magnesium has 12 electrons. It loses 2 electrons to become the stable inert gas configuration neon. 12 minus 2, 10. So therefore it becomes 2+. How many electrons it loses? It becomes those many plus. Sodium loses 1 electron, so it became Na+. Magnesium loses 2 electrons, so it becomes Mg+2. You can see the next one, aluminium ion. Aluminium atomic number is 13. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So in this you can see 3 electrons it loses and it becomes aluminium 3+. Here is a table how sodium loses 1 electron, magnesium loses 2 electrons to become Mg+2, aluminium loses 3 electrons to become aluminium +3, potassium loses 1 electron to become K+, calcium loses 1 electron to become Ca+2. So the valence electrons in an atom are represented by the dot on the symbol. So 1 dot for each valence electrons. Valence electrons means the outermost electron present in the outermost shell. So therefore you represent with the help of a dots. Formation of chlorine we have seen. Chlorine has 17 electrons in its outermost orbit. So it has 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. By gaining one more electron in the outermost orbit, it becomes equal to the inert gas configuration 18 argon. So therefore it accepts one electron and becomes Cl minus. So therefore it attains stability. Next one is formation of oxide ion. In oxygen we have 8 electrons. Its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So in the outermost orbit you have 2, 6 electrons. In the outermost orbit you have 6 electrons. So if it attains 2 electrons, it becomes octet. Octa means 8. So therefore it accepts 2 electrons and becomes O2 minus. We call it as oxide ion. Nitrogen. Nitrogen belongs to 7th element. It has 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. In its outermost configuration it has 2, 5. So therefore 5 electrons are there in the outermost orbit. By accepting 3 electrons, it becomes equal to the inert gas configuration neon. So therefore it accepts 3 electrons to become N3 minus, which means nitride ion. So here are the electron dot representation. Nothing but you are going to represent number of electrons present in the outermost orbit with the help of a dot. See here, fluorine's atomic number is 9. It has 9 electrons. Its electronic configuration is 1s2. 1s2 is present. Next one, you have 2s2, 2p5. So therefore it has totally 9 electrons. But in the L shell, it is the outermost orbit, so it has 7 electrons. So you can see on F I have put 7 dots. So it will accept 1 electron to become neon. So therefore I have put a square bracket and on the whole I have kept 1 minus, means it accepts 1 electron. Chlorine, as I told you, 17 is the atomic number. Its electronic configuration in K, L, M shells are 2, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 8, 3s2, 3p5. So therefore it has 7 electrons, 7 dots I have represented. Then chloride ion, Cl minus. Oxygen, you see, its atomic number is 8. So its K shell has 1s2, its L shell has 2s2, 2p4. So 6 electrons are there. So I have represented on oxygen 6 dots. That is called electron dot representation method. Oxide ion, you see, ion means I told you no, 6 electrons are there. If it accepts 2 electrons, it will become octa. 8th electron, that means it will be equal to 8 plus 2, 10 is equal to neon. So in order to attain stability, oxygen will accept 2 electrons. So therefore it forms 10 electrons. So you put oxygen, put 8 dots, each side 2 dots. On the whole you keep 2 minus. 2 minus represents 2 electrons are added. Next one, sulfur. Its atomic number is 16. So its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 6 in K, L, M shells. Number of outermost orbit electrons are 6 valence electrons. So on sulfur you have to put 6 dots. On sulfur you have to keep. So I told you no, in order to attain stability, sulfur 18 is the next argon. That is the next inert gas element. So therefore sulfur will accept 2 electrons to become S2 minus, sulfide ion. As I told you, nitrogen will accept 3 electrons to become nitride ion. You have to represent on nitrogen 5 electrons, but when you write in the nitride ion, you have to keep 8 electrons. On the whole, you have to keep 3 minus. So now we are going to discuss about types of chemical bonds in the next video. Thank you. Types of chemical bonds. There are two types of chemical bonds. We call one as covalent bond and the next one as ionic bond. Now we are going to discuss about the covalent bond. The chemical bond formed by the sharing of electrons between two atoms is called covalent bond. The sharing of electrons takes place in such a way that each atom in the resulting molecule gets a stable electronic arrangement of inert gas. A covalent bond is formed when both the reacting atoms need electrons to achieve the inert gas arrangement. When a nonmetal combines with another nonmetal, sharing of electrons takes place between their atoms and forms a covalent bond. For example, covalent bond is a sharing between two friends. For example, when you have a chocolate, what do? You share it half with your friend. So half of the chocolate is shared by you, half is shared by another friend. So this is how covalent bond takes place. Example, covalent bonds are of three types. Single covalent bond. If only one pair of electrons, that is two electrons, are shared between two atoms, we call it as single covalent bond. If two pairs, that is two, for one bond we need two electrons, so two pairs of electrons are shared, that means four electrons are shared between two atoms, we call it as double bond. If three pairs, that is six electrons, are shared between two atoms, we call it as triple covalent bond. Let us see examples in detail. Single bond. A single bond is formed by sharing of one pair of electrons between two atoms. A single covalent bond is formed by sharing two electrons between an atom by contributing each one electron. Let us see an example. Hydrogen. Hydrogen is a nonmetal. Hydrogen has its atomic number as 1. So it has only one electron in its K shell. One hydrogen donates one electron, another hydrogen atom donates another electron. Therefore, one electron pair is shared between two atoms, it forms single bond. Likewise, chlorine. Chlorine atomic number is 17. Its electronic configuration is 2 in K shell, 8 in L shell, 7 in M shell electrons. Likewise, two chlorine atoms just combine with the single electron to form a single bond. Let us see an example of double bond. Double bond is formed between oxygen. Oxygen atom accepts, or in double bond, it is formed by sharing of two pairs of electrons between two atoms. So a double covalent bond is formed by sharing of four electrons between two atoms, each atom contributing two electrons for each sharing. So in oxygen, you have 6 electrons in its outermost orbits, that is 2, 6, its atomic number is 8. So it has 8 electrons, but in its outermost orbit there are only 6 electrons. So two pairs of electrons are shared between two oxygens to form double bond. And likewise, you can see the carbon dioxide. In one carbon, its atomic number is 6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. It has 4 electrons in its outermost orbit. So carbon has 2 pairs of electrons, whereas 2 oxygen atoms has each 6 electrons. So likewise, you can see two pairs of electrons are shared between one carbon and two oxygens. That is, this side one double bond, that side one double bond. So here you can see two double bonds are formed in carbon dioxide molecule. You can see in ethylene also, in 4 electrons for 2 carbons and 4 hydrogens combined to form one double bond and 4 single bonds. Next you can see triple bond. A triple bond consists of 3 pairs of shared electrons. A triple bond is formed by sharing of 3 pairs of electrons between 2 atoms. Since there are 3 pairs of electrons combined between 2 atoms, each atom contributing 3 electrons for sharing. Formation of nitrogen molecule. Each nitrogen has 5 electrons in its outermost orbit. So these 3 pairs of electrons form a triple bond. That means 3 single bonds form a triple bond. So now we are going to see what are the properties of covalent bonds. So these properties of covalent bonds are just explained, so that covalent bonds are the bonds formed between the covalent compounds, which are usually liquids or gases. Only some type of solids such as alcohol, or few examples are liquids, alcohol, ether, benzene, carbon disulfide, carbon tetrachloride, bromine are liquids. Methane and ethene and ethane and chlorine gases. Glucose, cane sugar, urea, naphthalene, iodine are solid covalent compounds. So these covalent compounds are usually liquids and gases due to weak forces of attraction between their molecules. Covalent compounds have usually low melting and boiling points. So next one, covalent compounds are usually insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents. Example, naphthalene is insoluble in water but dissolves in solvents like petrol ether. Some covalent compounds like glucose and sugar and urea are soluble in water. Covalent compounds do not conduct electricity because they do not contain ions, because they are neutral. Children, we'll meet with the next video.